Hi, it's Anton here from Perth Gardens. I'm doing a follow-up review of the Ego Multitool. This 56 volt kit, I've had it for about 2 or 3 months, and I did an unboxing and initial impressions video at that time when I got it. Now that I've had it for a couple of months, I've had a chance to try all of these tools out, and I use them every day in my gardening business. So as you can see, they're all dirty and they're not in new condition anymore. So you can see I've actually used them, and I want to give you a few thoughts on that and some quick demos of the tools in action. So just a reminder, this is the power head, which has a 2000 watt motor in it. Uses the 56 volt interchangeable batteries, which you can use for all of the other Ego power tools as well, and I've got quite a few of them. I've got the blower, the hedge trimmer, and the lawnmower. You can get these batteries in all different sizes. This is a 2.5 amp hour battery, and you can get much bigger batteries which last longer. But the trade-off with that is that they're heavier as well. So I like the smallest battery for these because it makes it comfortable to use. And even if the battery runs out, after 30 or 40 minutes of use, I've always got extra batteries. So I carry about 4 batteries with me, and when one runs out, I chuck that on the charger and put a new battery in. So I've always got plenty of power to keep me going. So battery on, and then we add whatever attachment we want to use. So the first thing I want to talk about is the brush cutter with a blade here. This is not something I use very often, just because I don't come across stuff that's that heavy duty that I need it for. But I've used it a couple of times, and it's got an impressive amount of power. And we'll just go down the street and have a look at something that we can brush cut now. Okay, so I've just got a bit of fairly tough grass here beside the road. A whippersnipper could get through this, but it's kind of slow going. So let's try it out with this. So one of the best things I reckon about this tool is just the fact that it's a multi-tool and you have all these different attachments to it. It works really well for me because I don't tow a trailer with me. I just like to keep everything with me on my ute, and I can keep a whole set of the most important tools in the one cargo box here. So with the whippersnipper or the line trimmer, this as well, this works really well. It's a great line trimmer. Comes with a bump feed head, and it's a speed loader head, so that you just get a length of line, put it in there, and twist it to reload it with new line. It's nice and lightweight. It just has the D handle, obviously. And it rotates anti-clockwise as other professional line trimmers do. That's different from some of their earlier models of line trimmer from Ego, and it's a big improvement. That, combined with the more powerful motor on this, makes it a very usable tool for regular line trimming. I don't use this all the time for whippersnippering work, and the only reason for that is this is one case where I find the battery life can be a limitation. If I have to do an hour and a half of line trimming, then I might have to change the battery several times, and it's faster than I'm able to keep up with the charging of them. So for me, this is a great line trimmer for doing small jobs, which I would consider being up to half an hour of line trimming. If you're a commercial gardener and you're doing multiple jobs in a day, or long hours of line trimming, then there's more powerful models available other than using the multi-tool. So it's not necessarily a criticism of this, because it is this is part of the multi-tool kit, and there is other options if you're needing that longer life and greater power. So I'll just show you this, just doing a little bit of a trim around the edges of my front lawn here. So as you can see, it works very well. Great tool, and let's move on to the next one. The next attachment I want to show you is the lawn edger attachment, and you can see from the state of this blade that I've used this quite a lot. I really like this tool, and again, I'm not a lawn mowing contractor, so I'm not doing 10 or 15 lawns in a day. I might do 3 a week, and for me this works really well because it's just an attachment that goes onto the power head. It doesn't take up very much space on my ute, and fits in really nicely with the whole idea of the multi-tool. Because it's also just got the one wheel on it instead of the 3 wheels that a dedicated edger usually has, 3 or 4 wheels. It's very maneuverable. So you can do circles and curves and free-form shapes rather than having to stick to straight lines. So I'll give you a quick demonstration now, just to show you how it works, and then we'll move on to the next one. Okay, next thing I'm going to show you is the pole hedge trimmer. Now this and the pole chainsaw are tools that I use a lot out of the multi-tool set. By the way, the kit comes with an extra extension pole, so it can go even higher than I'm going to show you. And I don't tend to use that often. It starts to get a little bit hard to handle when you add too much extension on it, and it's just not something that comes up too often in my work to need to go that high, but the option is there if you need it. Now this multi-tool, the battery and motor, I think are really well suited to the hedge trimmer and the chainsaw, because unlike the line trimmer, for example, you tend to use these in short bursts at a time. You don't have it running continuously for an hour, unless you've got a crazy big hedge. So I never, or very rarely, come across the problem where I'm running out of battery in the middle of a job. And certainly, the procedure I have where I use a battery and have one on charge, that works just fine for these. So these are my favourite tools of the whole kit is the pole hedge trimmer and the pole chainsaw. Now I don't have a hedge here, so I'm just going to show you on this tree which I wanted to cut down. So you should be able to see from that I cut through some fairly big branches for a hedge trimmer there. They're probably about 12mm thick, and I've cut through thicker than that. As long as it's green, it does a great job of cutting through quite thick branches. So we'll change over to the pole chainsaw now. Now when you change these bits, I find it best to do it standing up vertically like that. By doing this, there's no pressure either way on the pole, and it just slides out really nicely. And that's the best way to put a new attachment in as well. Slots straight in. It's so quick. It's a really nice nice system for changing the attachments. Okay, I'm only going to do a couple of cuts. I haven't got much chain bar oil in the end there, so we'll just make it quick. Okay, so that's the Ego Multitool kit. My thoughts on that after using it for 3 months. I'm really happy with it. I'll continue using it, and if you have any questions or comments about that, I'll be happy to answer that in the comments section below this video. Catch you later.